Thanks for listening to Michigan Mornings on your favorite podcasting platform. Don't forget you can also listen and find other great Catholic podcasts and listen to live Catholic radio with the free Ave Maria Radio app. You can download it now from the App Store or Google Play. The Ave Maria Radio app, it's the app that will change your life. Good morning. It is Wednesday, December 11th, and today is the Memorial of St. Damasus. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, what are the ethical concerns with uterine transplants? We'll talk about it, but first your local weather and this news. Detroit City Council President Mary Sheffield is officially running for mayor of Detroit. She made her announcement yesterday and held a campaign kickoff event in the Corktown neighborhood.
It's really more of a greater reach and more of an impact that I can have moving on to the mayor's office.
Sheffield was elected to the city council in 2013 and has worked closely with Mayor Mike Duggan for the last several years. Duggan is not running for another term in 2025 and instead will seek the governor's office in the 2026 election. Charges against two election workers in Macomb County who were accused of double voting have been dismissed. The two allegedly let a voter cast two ballots in the 2024 primary election. The judge ruled, however, there is not enough evidence to prove the two committed any crime. Attorney General Dana Nessel announced the charges in October, and charges against a third person are still pending. A former member of Grand Rapids Saladin Shriners is accused of embezzling over $1 million from the organization. 48-year-old Richard Williams appeared in court yesterday on 3 charges of embezzlement over $100,000 and 3 counts of embezzlement between $50,000 and $100,000. Williams allegedly wired his personal business $500,000 twice in 2019 from the Shriners Children's Trust that he managed, and wired his company another $75,000 this year, and wrote himself a check in 2022 for $45,000. He is due back in court on December 23rd. Congresswoman Debbie Dingell is demanding answers from the Federal Aviation Administration about a landing approach at Detroit Metro Airport. She says there are safety concerns with the approach where planes on the westernmost runway need to approach at an angle using an antenna system. Air traffic controllers say the placement of the system at the airport means the signal is getting interrupted going to the planes. Dingell says she has not seen a good explanation for why they have returned to using this system. And General Motors is giving up on its Cruise driverless taxi service. Here's more details from Tammy Trujillo.
The automaker announced Tuesday that after spending $10 billion on the program, the amount of time and money required to expand into the robo-taxi market is too much. The company will now fold some of its Cruise's employees into its technical teams. GM already owns about 90% of Cruise and said it expects to acquire outside shares by early next year. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
You're listening to your local news and weather on Ave Maria Radio on Michigan Mornings. Stay tuned. Your local weather is coming up next. Now this. Christmas time is one of the peak travel seasons, and if you're looking for something different to listen to, I might ask, have you tried Audible? On Audible, you can listen to thousands of different books, including many by great Catholic authors, including Pope Benedict XVI's Jesus of Nazareth and Father John Riccardo's Rescued, the Unexpected and Extraordinary News of the Gospel. And right now, you can get a 30-day free trial or 3 months for just 99 cents and listen to these books on demand. All you have to do is go to audibletrial.com/Michigan. That's audibletrial.com/Michigan to get a free 30 days or 3 months for just 99 cents. audibletrial.com/Michigan. We may see some scattered rain showers during our commute this morning in the Motor City. It also has the chance to turn to snow later on in the day. Our high will be 36. Tonight, expect snow with new accumulations around 1 inch. Lows will be around 17. Tomorrow will be partly sunny and breezy with highs around 23. Friday will be mostly sunny with temperatures in the upper 30s. and Saturday will be cloudy with some rain chances, highs around 40. Snow is likely this afternoon in the Saginaw Valley, although it should be less than an inch of accumulation. Our high today will be 34. Tonight we could see some more snow as well. Lows will be around 15. Thursday will be partly sunny and breezy with highs around 21. Friday will be sunny with temperatures in the mid-20s, and we'll likely see some afternoon rain. Highs will be around 40. Uterine transplantation was once thought to be science fiction, but it is now a reality. Andrew Kubik of the National Center for Religious Freedom Education joined Dr. Marcus Peter and discussed the procedure's history.
It went from the year 2000, when we had the first attempt, at least in modern literature, of a uterine transplant in Saudi Arabia, and it failed. The woman who received the uterus was able to have a few menstrual cycles, but it had to be removed. Then there was a second attempt, another singular, but yet a second attempt in Turkey in 2011. And in that attempt, not only did they transplant the womb, not only did they have several menstrual cycles, but by transferring an embryo, they were able to establish what they call biochemical pregnancy, which is a fancy way of saying positive pregnancy test. However, that pregnancy did not result in a live birth, and there's not a great deal in the literature about what happened other than scientists saying that it was not a viable pregnancy. I'm not quite sure what that means, and I couldn't really find a true definition. You know, I have my fears, but nevertheless, I don't speculate. In 2012 started the Swedish trial, in which we had 9 uteri transferred, 7 of which were able to stay in the recipients. And from that trial, I read that there's actually been 6 babies born from those transferred uteri. And so flash forward to today, and what I really wanted to share with you and your audience, something that I just found out, is the world leader in uterine transplantation is Baylor University Medical Center down in Texas. And they were the first in the United States to successfully transfer a womb and have a live birth. They were the first in the United States to have multiple live births, that's 2, from the same uterus. And they were also the first in the United States to have live births from both living and deceased donor uteri. So a lot of firsts. And my last update, which I think you're going to find really interesting, is Baylor University Medical Center is also the first in the world to move from clinical trials to an actual established program. And so they've left the safety and efficacy trials. They've proven what they really do feel confident is both safe and effective, put it into a program which is a more generally available option. And now they're one of 3 other institutions in the United States that have these programs.
Listen to Ave Maria in the afternoon with Dr. Marcus Peter, weekdays at 4 p.m. I'm Matthew Handley. That's going to do it for this edition of Michigan Mornings on a Wednesday. Lord willing, I will talk to you again tomorrow. And until then, goodbye.